I feel really good today. I'm really excited to be here. I kind of have to laugh at myself because how many people get excited to go to treatment, but I am genuinely thrilled to be here. So I feel good. I've got still some issues that I was dealing with prior that I'm going to have Farney focus on for the 3 days that I'm here. The more studying that I've been doing about having chronic illness and understanding truly the magnificence of the body, I've learned that I'm always going to have to stay on top of this illness. And there are going to be things in life that I cannot control. You know, there's going to be grief, stresses, just life happens. And when that happens, a lot of times my body doesn't respond well to the chemical change that's happening. And so that will cause setbacks for me. And by coming here, I'm learning and educating myself, and I call it the guinea pig stage, right? So each little thing that happens, I'm learning what I need to do to correct it. Or I'm also learning the signs that something is coming on, and so that I can be prepared for it. And by coming back here, number one, it is like a getaway for these 3 days. I mean, it really is. You walk in these doors and it's like all this weight's just lifted off your shoulder, and you know as soon as you sit down with the doctor and the staff here, you're gonna be taken care of. They're gonna listen to everything you have to say. They are going to believe you, which is, you know, huge for people that are sick like us. And they're gonna genuinely take the time to educate you and explain to you what's going on, help you make the connections in your brain, so you don't have to always come back here. You can utilize this knowledge and some of these techniques at home, which is the whole point, essentially. But there are things that I can't do at home. And so coming back here is kind of like, I think of like recharging my battery. Really, I haven't been here since September. There is obviously life's happened in almost a year. And in doing so, I've got some issues with my liver, got some issues with my heart and brain communication. And so I just want them to correct it, which I know it will correct, and then I can get back on to my everyday life.
There are so many things we can do on a follow-up visit that allows us to get beyond the basics that we usually do on the first visit. So I drive at probably 3 main things. I want to make sure their communication system is working in the body, and at a cellular level, nervous system level, endocrine level. I want to make sure that they have the energy resources that they need to be able to heal. And then I also want to decrease the load that's on their body so that they can actually, the body can do what it's designed to do. Because ultimately, their body was created so that it can take care of itself, not having a lot of intervention. But many people have become suppressed to the point where they can't function and they need some help. And so we work as a guide with them until that is done. So we do objective tests, labs, you know, whether it be blood work, stool analysis, organic acid tests, things like that. These allow us to see objective improvement, and we track symptoms, we track improvement of symptoms each visit, and we look at, you know, their overall picture, how they're feeling. So I'm looking to see, are they making the progress we expected? And are we seeing improvement in their symptoms? Are we seeing improvement in their objective findings like the tests and the follow-up exams? And then we also do in between phone calls. What I like to do is I like to have a couple of phone calls in between the return visits so that we can assess where they're at, if they've had flare-ups, if they're on the trajectory we expect them to be on, if they're further ahead or further behind, and then we can make some adjustments to the protocol at that point.
Since it's a return visit, it's just kind of like a fresh up, really. I've done the massage, I've done, you know, the power plate, I've done PEMF, and so I can feel my body rejuvenated a little bit. You know, I have a little bit more energy. I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. And then Farney yesterday went through and did my body reading, and I was able to get rid of several supplements and 2 tinctures, which is wonderful because I think it's important people realize you don't necessarily are going to have to be on all of these supplements or tinctures for the rest of your life, you know. And so that was really nice.
My ultimate goal is for them to not need me. When they come back, we want to address further issues, and the way we do testing here allows us to be able to get to some of these areas that may be holding them back. So we feel like there are core principles that keep people sick and also that allow people to be healthy. And by addressing these core principles, we can actually help them to get back on the road.
I know that my liver pain has decreased. The racing of the heart has decreased as well. And I'm better than when I walked in. I have a plan of action, and I'm ready to go home and keep going. So it's done its job for the 3 days here.